Shirt show. All right, let's go.
Shirt show! Talking shirt! Shirt show! Talking shirt! Shirt show! Talking shirt! Shirt show! Shirt man! All right! Episode 275 of Shirt Show! We're talking with Travis from 456 Print Co. in Tennessee. Let's go!
Hey guys, if you're new here, my name is Dylan. I am the owner of Upstate Merch and the host of the Shirt Show podcast. My guest today was Travis from 456. I found Travis on Instagram. He had some really funny, good videos that he made, and it made me want to check him out and have a conversation with him. And he's a great dude. The nice thing about Travis is he was a motorcycle guy and lived that world and had a brand and decided, hey, I want to make my own screen print shop, and dove right in, and it's taking off. And the nice thing about it is that he knows exactly who his customer is. He knows exactly what market he wants to go after, and he's doing it, and it's killing it. He's doing great, and he's growing, and he's about to build a new shop right now. And it was a fun episode to get into, to just have that confirmation that if you know who and what you want to go after, that it is achievable. We did go off the rails a bunch talking about just random shit, so enjoy that. But it was just a fun conversation with a dude who is just making his way in the screen print industry. If you enjoy episodes like this, the best thing you can do to support the show is to share it on socials, on Instagram. Make a story. Let me know where you are. Take a picture of what you're doing, what you're watching, what you're printing. That would be great. If you can like and subscribe on YouTube, that helps us out a shitload. I guess there's this other button now Chad told me to mention called Hype. So if you can hit that on YouTube, I told him straight up when he told me that, I was like, that is so fucking cringe. Like, I already have trouble asking for likes and subscribers right now. Now you want me to ask for hype? It's disgusting. It makes me want to throw up in my mouth. But if you are watching this on YouTube, it would do me a huge solid if you can like it. And if you want to subscribe to check us out more, that would be great. Also, if you want to deep dive into these episodes a little bit more and get kind of the cliff notes on the episode that previously came out, also tech tips from John McGee, industry news, shop hacks, and anything else I can think to throw in there. We have a weekly newsletter that comes out. I sit down at my kitchen table and I write them on the weekends. So go to shirtshowofficial.com/newsletter and you can sign up. I think the link is on the YouTube and it's on our Instagram and everything else if you want to do it. It's pretty cool. It's kind of a behind the scenes on everything, and it just gives you a little bit more information. Also, too, if you haven't yet, go to shirtshowofficial.com. It's a new website we have. I'm trying to add as many resources as possible. We are working really hard on shop hacks. If you go to hacks at the top, I'm going back through with Jared and making a list with graphics and descriptions and, even where it was in the episode of every shop hack that's ever been given to us on this show. Also, too, we started an Amazon link that has all the products that are associated with these shop hacks. So if you want to grab it through there, it'd be cool. It helps the show a little bit, but it's more just a resource for you to go and find these things. On that note, this show would not be possible without our amazing partners. Frank. It all starts with the screen. Whether it's new stretches or restretches, Frank and his team do it the best. To find out more, go to graphicscreenfashion.com, greatfuckingscreens.com, or ffffrank.com. Cleaning screens is no fun, but EasyWay makes it way more funner. Their line of eco-friendly chemicals and equipment make reclaiming screens a whole lot easier. Right now is a great time to check them out because they have a new monthly giveaway where you have a chance to win $250 in product credit. Head over to easyway.com/giveaway to enter today. Why not do it? Like, seriously, just go do the thing, put your name in, you can get $250. That's some eco-friendly chemicals to help you clean your screens. It's a no-brainer. Graphics is your source for production-ready digital art and remote art staffing. They can help any size shop from just starting out to enterprise level. Looking to add a hero to your art department? Check them out at graphxsource.com. SNS is your premier partner in the apparel industry. With one website, one purchase order, 14 distribution centers, and over 100 beloved brands, you can streamline your ordering and hit free freight faster than ever. SNS has 1 to 2 day shipping with the lowest error rate in the industry. Be sure to order your blanks from ssactivewear.com. Today's episode is brought to you by American Apparel, makers of the iconic 2001. Soft, fitted, and always in style, this shirt has been the go-to for brands, bands, and print shops for decades. If you want a shirt people actually want to wear, try starting out with 2001. For over 90 years, Stahls has been the leading choice among apparel decorators for their heat transfer materials, heat press equipment, and custom transfer services. Not only do they offer some of the best products, but they are always looking to innovate and educate on our industry on all things heat press. Head over to Stahls.com to order your transfers and check them out on YouTube to be taught a thing or two. Also, Stahls, I'm going to be posting it probably before this episode comes out, so you might see it. But Stahls partnered with us and our good buddies at Atonal, and we made some awesome Shirt Show hats. And they're going to be available on the store at shirtshowofficial.com. Check them out. There's a lot of options as far as what Stahls carries. It's not just transfers, it's patches and all these different types of things that you can put on hats and shirts and everything else. So you really should take the time, if you haven't yet, go to Stahls' website and just look at all the stuff that they offer, because it's pretty crazy what you can do and things that you can offer to your customers. So go check that out. Ryonet has always been that solid go-to resource for screen printers. Not only are their supplies super reliable, but their network of education and support is next level. Whether you're figuring things out or fine-tuning your process, they've got your back. Check them out at screenprinting.com. And we just did an episode with Ryonet, so if you haven't, check that one out. It's great. We talk about it a little bit in this episode, but if you need a network of friends or you want to meet new people in this industry, just get answers of people that'll support and be there for you and not troll you and give you fucking shit answers like they do on Facebook, go to shirtshowofficial.com/Discord and you can join our group. It's free. You can use it on your desktop. You can download the Discord app and you do it on your phone. It's just a great community of people that are all about the print industry and will help you, and we can shoot the shit and talk back and forth. There's a lot of different channels on there, whether it's embroidery, screen printing, digital. There's a for sale thing. Go check it out. It's a great resource. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for supporting the show. I love doing it. If you have any feedback at all, or you just want to talk to me, shoot the shit, whatever, I'm happy to do so. Most of the time, it's easy enough to hit me up on Instagram at ShirtShowOfficial and send me a message. Bye, guys. Enjoy the episode. What's up, beautiful?
What's going on? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Exhausted, but doing well.
Exhausted. Well, thanks for doing this with me on a 11 a.m. thing.
No, I appreciate you having me. I had to send all the employees home, so it's quiet in here.
Yeah, that's always good. Have a little break.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I found your Instagram a while ago, and some of the videos really got me. There was the one where it's like, that's bullshit or whatever. I was like, me and this guy would get along. So
yeah, I stole that from a Canadian RV parts place. Like, I just had to do it. Had to, and that's what really works. You know, this is the dumb shit. People, that's what they want to see. They don't care. You know.
Yeah, we were talking about what we might want to have a conversation about today, and you were talking about the social media stuff, and I'd like to get into that. But before that, I kind of want to hear like your backstory, like how you even got to remotely want to be a screen printer.
I never did. But no, we started our clothing brand in 2018 and quickly found out that like dealing with other printers is a nightmare. We were pretty blessed with a contract printer in Florida that did a really good job for us. But like by mid 2018, we were like, we got to do this ourselves, you know? So I started really researching, watching all of, you know, Cam's videos, Lee's videos, all that stuff. And it was like, you know, research. And then 2022, we finally started trying to pull squeegees and all that, doing a little bit of work here and there. And luckily that's been the easiest part of all of it, honestly.
Is the actual
printing. Is the actual printing. Yeah. It's never really been a problem. You know, our first client job was a 5-color job that somehow we pulled off without any issues at all, you know, but it's been a wild ride for sure.
I think the thing of it is though too, is that the actual manufacturing part, like the pulling the squeegee and printing shirts, if you're somewhat mechanically inclined, yeah, like you said, is
Yeah.
somewhat the easier part. But then it's once you
Yeah.
get involved in like the honeymoon phase wears out and you're like, oh, this is a business and I have to like
Yep.
have customer service and I have to pay the bills and I have to do the taxes and I have to do the like this, that, and the other thing. It's like, that's when you're like, oh yeah, this is a real thing. And in order for me to print shirts, I have to do all this other shit. And that's not what I'm good at. That's not what I want to do. So,
And it's a blessing and a curse because it came so quick for us. You know what I mean? Like I ended up quitting my job 3 weeks after opening to the public thankfully because of social media and stuff like that, you know, getting the name out there real quick.
mm-hmm.
But since then we've only printed for our brand like 5 times. I'm sure that's how it normally goes,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
almost. So. I would say like 98% of the time when I talk to somebody, they have that, they have a story like yours where they're like, I had a brand and I decided to print for myself. Like that brand doesn't exist anymore. Or they just are like, I don't have time for my own brand because I'm working on other shit. So
absolutely. And it's not as sustainable as this, you know, like the printing way more sustainable. You get more money printing your own shirts, but you know.
Yeah, but do you?
Yeah.
Like, is it worth the extra couple bucks that you're getting from selling some shirts?
It depends. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it took us all around the country, which absolutely helped with getting our clientele, you know, knowing people from all the different brands and all that.
So,
you know,
so it's for the people listening, like what were you doing before? Like what got you to have this clothing brand that made it successful enough to do the printing?
So it's all like younger motorcycle crowd stuff, you know, like stunt riders, go fast boys in the Harley scene, stuff like that.
Right.
And this scene kind of started coming about like 2016, 2017 on the East Coast. It's been on the West Coast for a long time, of course.
Yeah.
But we, you know, I got into it pretty early. Started doing the stunt riding thing. I was a wannabe for a long time, but there was no like clothing brands to cater to us. It was all like old leather and lace dudes, you know, like
giant eagles and chrome. And yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So we started that and it did really, really well for a long time. But then the market started, you know, people started seeing it. And then more and more and more brands started coming into this scene. And that was another reason why I was like, if I start printing, I can print for these guys, you know? And it's kept us gaining every single month since we opened, you know, just trying to stay niched down like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a lot of the battle for any print shop or anything is figuring out your market. You know what I mean? Like a lot of us get into this with like a very soft understanding of like who our customer is.
Yeah.
And we're like, I want to print because I did this, or this was somewhat successful, or I had this brand or something, but we have no market. So there are a lot of shops I know that have like very fine tuned like markets. You know, there's like Brant at Graphic Disorder. I was just talking to him the other day and like they are super, super well known for like the hot rod and car market. And they like when I talk to them, they could be, you know, booked up like, oh yeah, we're 8 months booked up or something. And it's like,
their artwork is absolutely insane for what they do.
Right. But that's the thing is like, they know their customer, like, and their customer knows them. And it's like, this is what they're there for. They're not just a print shop with the open sign on and they're just waiting for people to show up and be like, oh, we need some shirts or something.
I end up watching his page more than like anybody else on Instagram, you know, especially because he's in the same state as me. Like it's goals for sure.
Oh yeah. I forgot you guys were right there. Yep. He's in what, Johnson City, and you're
Johnson City. And Knoxville. So he's like 2 hours away.
That's cool. He's a great dude. I don't know if you've ever been to his shop or not.
No, I would love to. I've been by it many times.
I went there, I don't know now, a couple of years ago. And we hung out for the day, and he really wanted to take me out in his car because he has like a bunch of fucking super fast cars or whatever. And I was like, dude, I am the worst person for you to take in this vehicle. It's like your baby, and I will throw up in it. Like, I get super car sick. So I was like, if I'm not driving, I will like splatter your dashboard. So I didn't end up going in his car.
I see those cars he's got, and I'm like, it's not my lifestyle, but dude, I'm glad you're killing it. You know, like
Yeah.
that's just to have a shop that can provide something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a comfortable lifestyle like that would be amazing.
Well, what's also cool about him too is the conversation we were having the other day. Brant, and I hope you hear this because he just bought a new auto, and more we've been talking on the show, and more I hear from the industry about people finding digital ways or whatever to accomplish these like high color jobs.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, okay, let's lower the color count, and anything over this threshold is going to go to a digital product or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I just bought I don't remember what the number is, I'm going to exaggerate, but he's like, yeah, I just bought this, like, 18 color G4 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fucking perfect. Like, that's because that's what he does. All those jobs are super high color count things, and if you have the business for it, yeah, hell yeah, dude, fucking print all day.
It's wild. Yeah, most of the stuff I see on his Instagram's like 14 colors plus, and he is so against ETF. I see him in all the Facebook groups. He's killing it. Killing it.
I mean, keep it alive. So whatever.
Yeah. We're here on our 6 color, maxing it out every single day.
Mm-hmm. The funny thing about the 6 color maxing out thing is, like, we did that. We have an 810 Sportsman was the first auto we had. And once you put the flash and cool down in, you're like, okay, max colors I can print is 6 colors. And even with a 6 color print, you might be spinning it 3-4 times or something, depending on what you got to do to get the job done. And I kind of miss those days to a degree, because I feel like we had so much more creative juices as far as, oh, this customer came to us and they got an 8 color, and it's like, all right, well, we want to figure out how to make it 6 using dropouts or halftones or this, that, and the other creative way to get it to work. And I feel like we were constantly looking at artwork on screen versus artwork on press and bringing it in and being like proud and patting ourselves on the back because we're like, oh, we made this look like a 10 color with 6 colors or something. And nowadays
Absolutely.
we have the ability to do these high color things on the gauntlets. It's like it's more the norm, you know what I mean? It's not as much of like, oh fuck yeah, we made this work. It's like, yeah, this worked obviously because we can do 14 colors or something.
Right. Yeah, I mean, my guys aren't allowed to revolve unless they're by themselves. That's the only time, so they can catch out of the dryer.
Mm-hmm.
So like they have to figure out wet on wet. You're gonna make it work one way or another.
You should talk to Tony Palmer. Tony Palmer
I know,
is the king of fucking wet on wet.
I've watched his wet on wet talks and stuff like that, and all his theories really work. They really do.
He loves to bullshit too, so like you should just reach out to him on Instagram. I'm sure he would be all about helping you.
Definitely should. Yeah, we did a 6 color on the 6 color press with no flash the other day on a white shirt, but
white shirt,
yeah. And I was just like, they had to pull it off,
Mm-hmm.
So. We have an 8 color manual, but there's no dryer beside it, so it's like it's not even worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. You'll get to a certain point in your shop where you're like, are we manual printers anymore? Or like, is this thing just taking up space and collecting dust? And do I like hang my hoodie on it when I get to work? You know what I mean? Like, is this actually doing anything?
Yeah, in our new shop, so we're building out a new shop right now.
Mm-hmm.
It will be back beside a dryer, and that's hopefully just going to be dedicated to the clothing brand and bringing that back. I say that it's probably not going to happen, I'm sure, but
when you had the clothing brand and you weren't a printer yet, I feel like the motorcycle brand look is, I mean, especially when I dealt with it, and I ride as well, and most of the people at the shop ride, and we've kind of done a bunch of stuff for different people and for ourselves and whatever, and it's very similar in my opinion to the hardcore scene, where it's like black shirt, white plastisol, thick as fuck, bold.
Yeah, we're very lucky, like 99% of the designs we do are spot color designs.
Mm-hmm.
Just lay it on there thick and bold. We want underbase as thick as possible, make it bright.
What's funny is I think only hardcore people and motorcycle people will get that. Like, I've told this story on the show before, but I had printed an order, I don't know, this was years and years ago now, where I think we might have done discharge white on a black shirt or something for this motorcycle club. And the guy came in fucking ripping pissed. Like he was like,
Yeah.
he's like, where, like, I paid for quality. Where's the quality? I'm like, what do you, like, if anything, we went above and beyond for you. Like we
Yeah, you
gave
did
you
better.
we gave you something that like you wouldn't normally get because I wanted this to be bright and like soft and like whatever. And it's
Yep.
that feeling of like the weight, you know what I mean? It's like, it's why they put like weights and remote controls and stuff where they're like, oh, this must be expensive. It's heavy. And like, I feel like
Right.
they
Yeah.
look at it the same way as like, if this print is fucking a 1/4 inch thick, then I like got what I paid for. You know what I mean? Like I can
Yeah.
feel the ink on this. This is where my money went.
Yeah, it's another blessing and curse because at the same time, like we don't have a gas dryer or a big dryer yet.
Yeah.
So they want it on their thick, and then you're like trying to make sure it cures. And it can be a mess, but our biggest client, that's what he loves. You know, give me a G5000 with the thickest, brightest white ink,
Yeah.
you know, hit it 5 times if you need to, you know.
So when you came from the brand and you were like, all right, we want to put these ourselves, like what was your trajectory? Was it like, okay, I'm just going to start watching videos to print? Was it where was your go-to for this information? You mentioned
Definitely.
you looked at Lee and
Yeah. So we were a little strategic with it. I found Lee way before he was even printing, you know,
right,
and so I
because you
followed
were in
his
the
whole.
same world with the motorcycle stuff.
Yep. So we followed his whole journey, and that's when I really started thinking about it, you know. So we messed around with the brand for a little bit, and then I had Rogue Labs do our branding package for the brand, and it was all strategic, you know what I mean? Get in with this guy, get his knowledge,
schmooze a little bit.
Yeah, and they absolutely killed it on our branding package. So yeah, I just followed them, basically stole his entire homework, you know, and
well, you're the southern United States version of the Canada Lee.
yeah, and it's funny because that's what my biggest client knows about Lee and watches his videos, and he's like, "You're just the American version, man. Just do it." So
I mean, it to a degree, it's true. I mean, like when I started, there was all these heroes that I don't want to say hero. That puts Lee too much on a pedestal. Me and Lee are friends, so I don't want to. I gotta knock him down a peg.
I feel that.
But there's definitely people that you like look up to or aspire to, or can get like see their roadmap and then be like, okay, it was achievable for him. Why can't it be achievable for me? Kind of situation.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what it is. Like in reality, it's not like you basically were in somewhat the same lane and same world, and you were like, all right, well, if he can do it, I can do it. And like, we're not going to step on each other's toes. Like, we can be friends. We can learn from each other. We can do this and that. And that's kind of where you are. So,
yeah, for sure. And I mean, the only thing I wish I would have done different is like not bought the whole most expensive Ryonet package, even though it's been great equipment. Like, I wish I would have just dropped all that money right on an auto right away, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things too, is it's like, you kind of got to cut your teeth on something and then
you got to pay your dues. I get it. Yeah. You definitely got to pay your dues.
Well, it's a dues thing, but it also it's like you need to realize the mechanics and the like, oh, this is what it takes to print a shirt, or this is the struggle of this. Because if I have most of our employees, and I think for most auto shops, the people who run the autos have never printed manually. Like they don't know what it's like to pull a squeegee. You know, I have people that have worked on the auto for years and years, and then we get a live print or something, and they're like, "Oh, can I come live print?" And it's like, you don't know how. Like, I know you could figure it out in a couple minutes, but like you haven't ever felt like what angle and pressure is in your hands. You know what I mean? Or like how many passes or how this works. And I think it's just one of those things. Like once you understand that and have that, you know, on the auto, okay, well, the angle of the squeegee should be this, or the pressure is probably an issue here, or this or that, because you've actually felt it in your hands before.
Right.
But I agree with you. Like also, if I had the space, if I had the money, and I was to coach somebody and be like, hey, this is what you got to do, I'd be like, well, if you got the money and you want to stay a small team, I'd be like, yeah, buy an intro auto that can fit in your garage and then you can do more jobs in less time and so on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of money for that equipment, but you're not going to go wrong with it at all. So it's like, I'm happy I did it, but at the same time, like 50 grand could have been a much nicer auto than I have now, you know?
I think too, like with my personal experience, I'm not going to try to speak for everybody, but more and more what I'm finding out as I do this is like, there's a few things. It's like, one, find your market, kind of like what you've done with the motorcycle thing in that world. Number one thing you should do in the business is find your market and then figure out how to brand yourself and market yourself towards that market, or maybe find that one and dedicate a lot of your time toward it. And then maybe one or two other safety nets where if that market crashes, you're not screwed. Which that's what a lot of us learned during COVID was like, okay, we only service bands. And then it's like, okay, well, live entertainment shut off for however long. It's like, cool. Well, you have no business now. So I would say that's the main thing, is do that. But then the biggest thing in this, which I wanted to talk to you quite a bit about, because you said you're making a new you're building a new shop and you're growing into that situation, is like, more and more I want to have that customer base, but more and more I want to, like, my goal in life is to get this shop to run with the least amount of human beings.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
that is literally like the goal. Because I remember when I first started out, the goal was like, 13 autos and fucking 100 employees and 1 million square feet and this and this. And it's like, nah, dude, now I'm like, I want to run this place with 3 people. You know what I mean? Like, if I can run my shop with like 6 dudes or, whatever, like, that would be the dream, because it's like, all right, cool. We can, like, right now we have a solid crew and I'm happy with what we have and what we're doing. And like I said, a couple of years ago, we probably had, 5, 6 more people. And now it's like, all right, well, we have the amount of people that we have and we're still getting a great amount of stuff done. And we've added more efficiencies to the shop. So it's like, that's the goal, I think, is to get just the right amount of people to produce what it is that you're doing and move forward that way. So
yeah, we're at 3 guys right now, and it's pretty good. We definitely could use a second auto, or just be more efficient and do a second shift. But because I'm here even with 3 guys, I'm here till midnight, 1 o'clock every single night still. Because they can only do so much on the one small press.
Yeah.
Plus, I got them switching off running embroidery and everything else at the same time. But three's a good number. Yeah. It's for our size. 3 is definitely a good number. Like, I leave every day to pick up my kid from school and things still keep moving. I don't have to worry about it. So
yeah, it's also one of those things, like, look at what they're stopping and doing during the day that is not having the press spinning and printing shirts. Like, I feel like the pre-press, a lot of people overlook, and they're like, all right, well, I gotta print this job, tear it down, put the screens over here, go grab a box off the shelf, cart, put everything on a cart, go mix the inks, come back, get it approved, this and this. And it's like, meanwhile, the press has been sitting for an hour and a half while they're doing all these things and nothing is printing.
That's definitely our biggest issue, is setup times. We're using Tri-Lock and all that, but still, with an old Diamondback, you can only get so close.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, they do it pretty good, but we do, 1, 2, 3 setups a day is the most we can get. A lot of times it's just 1 setup a day, depending on the numbers.
I think before you get another auto, I would try to look into it or talk to somebody about just like shop flow and figuring out a way to get that press to where it's spinning most of the day. Like,
right.
Because I really do feel like even with your 1 auto, you should be doing, I mean, depending on job size, obviously, you should be doing a good amount more. Like, I would say, okay, you're doing 8 to 10 jobs a day or something, if they're like 50 pieces, 100 pieces or whatever.
Luckily we're normally well over that, so that's good. But it's still a struggle, just getting them turned.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a small dryer in this shop. That's going to be the best thing moving. That's our biggest time suck is our dryer. It really is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of those things too. Is like buy the biggest gas dryer you can fit in your shop, and
Yep.
like then you should be good.
We're just on a Ryonet like 5 foot, 8 foot, whatever it is dryer right
Is it
now.
like the
Electric
Riley
dryer.
Cure or whatever it is?
Yeah, the Riley Cure. Yeah. So it says like 300 an hour, but we don't feel safe even doing 150 an hour on it.
No shade against the manufacturers,
No, no,
but
no, no,
I'm
no.
just saying. No, I'm saying that shit is always like super inflated. Like you go buy an
Yeah.
auto and they're like, you can print 1,100 shirts an hour or something. It's like, no, nobody's doing 2-second dwells and like, it's not sustainable. It's like, okay, well, what's the real number? It's like, okay, well, the real number is whatever 400 shirts or 500, whatever it is.
Right. We got a mini sprint dropping in the new shop. It's over there
Nice.
now. It's just it's not together yet. I got to get tech over there to put it together.
Did you buy that used?
I did. Yeah.
Where'd you end up getting it from?
My buddy at Torch's print shop.
Okay. I was going to say, you're not super far from Grizzly, and I know he was selling a mini sprint, so I didn't know if you snagged it from him or not.
No.
But I think the biggest thing, like, I wanted to talk to you about was the whole, like you said, you came from the clothing brand and started this, and you kind of hit the ground running, and you said you were you could quit your day job in a couple weeks, basically?
3 weeks, I put my 2 weeks in.
That's crazy.
Because, I was working all night. I drove truck for Old Dominion Freight, so it was already like 10, 11, 12-hour days.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was working all night. And I was really blessed because they put me on like a casual status. If I wanted money, I could call in on the weekends and just get a run. So they wouldn't let me.
What is this casual status?
Yeah. So I would just call in like, hey, I need some money. It made it really easy.
Yeah. And then when you did this, what was like? Did you just ping all these people that you had met when you travel around and did everything for the motorcycle stuff? And you were like, hey, I want to work with you. And they were like, all right, cool, let's do it.
Yeah. So day one, I started posting on like my personal page, like this is coming. And then like I said, 3 weeks in, I looked at my Printavo, like, quote, the money at the top, whatever they call it. And I was like, that's more than I make in a month. Let's go. I'm done. This is going full time. So
just like you have behind you, all gas, no brakes.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the only way I know, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm sure my family appreciates it.
Mm-hmm. Just diving right in.
Yeah.
But after that dries up, because there's only so many friends and family that you can ping and say, hey, let's work together. You were talking about how the social platforms kind of helped you a lot. And I mean, that's kind of also like the Lee way as well.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, not nearly as big as Lee, but I've been pretty lucky with what we do. It's pretty easy to grow in our side of motorcycling. If you can do something kind of cool, you're going to get followers. And like I had a video with the clothing brand hit like 16 million views on TikTok. And it's just like all those followers that came over. Growing your personal page is a lot easier than growing a business page.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting new followers all the time on my personal page. And then, I'm promoting the shop from the personal page over. But at the same time, to keep those people, they don't want to see the finished product of shirts. They want to see us being dumb. They want to see the lifestyle, like the Red Bull approach,
You never see an actual can of Red Bull. It's always like action things and whatever.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And it's worked out pretty good for us. I mean, we've paid for a lot of marketing at the same time,
mm-hmm.
to get all the local people.
Do you think that the personal page is more favorable for like the algorithm? Like,
yes,
do you think
absolutely.
it's definitely getting you to the right market a lot easier than if you were a business page?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Because anytime you're a business page, they're going to want you to pay to show you to people.
Mm-hmm. I'm just wondering, because you're kind of specific. Like, if it was any other shop, I'm trying to figure out how they could translate, because it's not like Joe, Bob, Susie, or whatever is going to be like, oh, I'm just going to start a personal page and talk about me walking my dog or whatever, and it's going to translate to
Right.
business sales. But
Everything's got a niche. Everything, you know.
yeah, and I mean, I think that's one of those things too. Is it's like the niche market you should be going after is one that you like yourself. Like if you're very invested in it, say it's movies or it's whatever, maybe you start a personal Instagram that just is like you review movies or whatever.
Yep.
And like I follow a bunch of those on like my own page. Like that's where I get a lot of suggestions for what movies I want to watch. And it's always these like underground independent movies or whatever. I'm like, oh, I'll go watch that Alien movie or whatever.
Yep.
And then, yeah, I would start going to those people for more advice or business or something if they had it.
Yeah. And repost pages, honestly, if you're not doing anything cool in your real life, start a repost page. You know what I mean? Whatever niche you want to print for, start a repost page, get into that, and then be like, oh, we also print for this lifestyle.
That's true. I feel like those were a lot more popular unless I just kind of started like getting away from those. I feel like for a long time I was seeing a lot of, what was it? There was a couple that I followed that were, I feel like it was something stupid like fucking lawn care or something, where it was just constantly someone reposting like cool. You ever watch those videos where it's like a dude like weed eating and it's like they just do like curbs and shit, and you just watch the whole thing and you're like, why did I just watch this entire? It's always like a sped up video of them like trimming a bush or something, and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna watch this whole thing.
Yeah. It's dad envy. You wish you were that dad that could do that, for sure.
Hey, I am that. First of all, fuck you. I am that dad. I can do that.
I can't. I hate mowing the lawn. I hate it.
Oh, it's my favorite thing in the world. So anyway, you make that. I mean, that's a good idea. The repost page. You'd have to figure out what it is your market is. So anyway, when you do that, are you reaching out to the people on the personal? Like, say you get a new follower on the personal, do you have almost like a copy paste that you send them in a DM and you're like, hey, if you want to blah blah blah, check out my business page?
I don't. I just post stories and stuff like that about, anything I post to the business, I post to my personal page in a story, and it brings people over. I mean, I'm not actively seeking work at the, I know we should, because we could always contract it out, and we do a little bit, but like we stay about a month out at all times. So it's like, if they come over, great. I want them to always be there, knowing in the back of their head we're there, but I'm not pushing for them, And I think that's another thing that helps, is not being pushy.
Yeah. I think not being pushy is pretty good, but when you're hungry, you're hungry.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, I'll do whatever I got to do.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you were using Brian at Olive Branch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you
Brian, absolutely.
give me your experience with working with him?
It's been amazing. It's amazing. I paid him to do my website and all that, and then he ran ads for me for a couple months. And after that, we didn't need it anymore. He took us up 61% that year, with just his SEO and stuff like that.
But so, again, when you fed stuff into him for the SEO, was it, okay, we just want to go after like motorcycles, or we just want to go after this thing, or was it a wider net?
So the ads he was running was targeted towards our scene and the motorcycle scene and stuff like that. But as far as the SEO is, we were wanting to get some of the local market, and it's really, it's not the fun stuff to print, but you got to have it for fill in, and it's been pretty crazy. And that's why we're building the new shop, but we're trying to keep this one because our new shop's outside of town. So we want to keep our Google results here in Knoxville, and we'll probably just do like an appointment only showroom in here.
Yeah. How involved did you get in that with him? Like, did you research any of that, or are you just kind of letting him take the wheel?
Pretty involved. We still talk almost every day because, we came up with the live pricing calculator, which has been awesome, because the whole point in that is turning all your friends into affiliates. So if someone checks out through the website using your friend's link, then your friend gets a 10% or however much commission you want to give them.
All right, so let's do this plan, because you said you dove into it. Say you're starting from scratch. You gotta think of the people listening to this, how they can apply what it is that you're talking about. you're starting
Yeah.
from scratch. You're like, I don't do any SEO. I have no fucking idea. My website sucks. Whatever. Like, what is this day one start? Like, what should we be doing?
If your SEO sucks, start with your social media. Tag all your videos in your location. That's big. That's real big. That'll get you up there real fast. And then for your website, I
Are you
I don't
tagging
know
all
that
of
much.
are you tagging all of them as your shop and then say, wherever in
Nope,
Tennessee?
just Knoxville. All
Okay.
Knoxville.
So they're all just tagged
So
Knoxville.
yep. So if you type in screen printing Knoxville, Tennessee, we're going to be like some of the there might be one or two other people that have videos in that list, but it's going to come up, and when they see we have all the videos.
Because there was something I saw a little while ago that I think Instagram or something was posting that basically Instagram posts and videos are now searchable through Google.
Yep.
So that makes a lot of sense then. If you're locating them, then it's going to be all, like, if you have, thousands of posts or whatever, all tagged with Knoxville.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the first thing I would do starting over. But then as far as the SEO stuff goes, you got to have all the keywords in there. Your website doesn't have to be beautiful as long as it's done right on the back end.
Yeah, and that's one of those things too, like people always talk about and go around, and I even struggle with, is like, how much does a website even matter anymore? Like, some people make all these websites and they make them super elaborate with all this information and everything, and it's like, yeah, but how much traffic is actually going to this? Or are they just going to your homepage to find the contact form, or like the the order page? Like, are they going to any of your other pages? Like,
yep.
Like, who cares?
Probably not. Probably not. But as long as they get to that lead quiz, that's all we care about.
Mm-hmm. Well, we again, like, to talk about this, I think I was like one of the very early people to deal with Brian. I don't even think he had Olive Branch as like a legit full company yet. But he was great. Like, I love Brian. He's super, super cool dude. We have a lot in common as far as like liking outdoors and all these other things. And the same thing, like, we started a conversation where it was like, hey, I want to do this. Like, I was having a conversation with Pine about, stuff with Outbound and whatever. And he was like, oh, well, I had Brian who's worked for me and he's really good at this. Like, he could probably help you too. And then, he dove into like SEO, which I know nothing about. And then it was like, all right, let's do Google Ads. And it was like, all right, cool, let's do this. And then, he was like, I want to make a quiz. And I was like, dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, what is this fucking quiz? And I was like, people, like, I'm trying to get people to come to us for business. I don't want them to have to take a quiz to like, to like go through us. And then once he put it together, I was like, oh, this is actually really rad as far as like keeping people interested to give us their information, basically.
It's way better than just like a simple jot form or something like that. It's way more engaging.
Mm-hmm.
People tend to finish it when they start it. They typically finish it, whereas I see a jot form and I'm just like, I don't want to do this.
So basically what it is if they come to us from the ad from Google or whatever, they don't go right to the website. They go to this quiz that me and Travis are talking about. So basically what the quiz is it's like a landing page, and it might have, a photo of us goons at the shop or something. And it's like, hey, how can we help you? Whatever. And it's like one or two questions. And they like go through and they do these two questions. And once they answer those two questions, it takes them to the next page, which is another 2 or 3 questions or something. And it might be a picture in the background of us printing shirts or something. And it's like, what are these shirts for or something? Or like, how can we better your experience? Or like, is there a theme to this or something? And then it goes to another page, which is, basically you're just getting all of the general information that you would from a blank, boring contact form, but it's a little more inviting and warm, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's good for people with ADD. You know what I mean? Because it's changing page.
It's got like people doing puzzles in the background and shit.
Yeah. It's you're not just staring at that blank page. It's going to the next slide.
Yeah.
keeping them engaged. But yeah, I challenge Brian all the time. You know what I mean? Like building the live pricing, and now I'm trying to get him to build me a system that's just like Hat Launch. You know, not the same, but something just like that.
Yeah.
You know, where you can go on, place your design on a hat, send it right to me. It'll be digitized when it gets to me. You know, fun stuff.
I do really appreciate places like that. It's, to me, what stands out is like the sticker mule or whatever, where it's like everybody who has to order stickers talks about Sticker Mule on their website or whatever because of how super user friendly and easy it is to order. It's like, okay, cool, bing, bang, boom, put it in. And then like instantly you have almost like a approval, and then you order and then it's done. It's like super easy to do. Like people who aren't internet savvy or whatever can do it super quick and dirty.
The hardest thing we're having an issue with is the automated proofs. You know what I mean? You'll see a picture, but we still want to send you a proof. That it's figuring that out. It's been a challenge.
I mean, I don't know how they do it. I always assume they just had a team of people like getting them popping in, and then they just kind of lay it out real quick and send it back off. Like, I don't know
we
if
want
it's
it
an automated.
There's a way.
Have a human. We'll have a little bit of human flavor in there.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to that not wanting to have to be here all the time. You know, small team.
Yeah.
So,
again, to full credit to Brian, I think what I was trying to do with him at the time just wasn't working somehow. Again, I don't want people to hear that it didn't work out or something. I think I just decided to stop doing it because of the fact that I didn't have a super targeted audience for him like you do. I was kind of like, hey, this is, I would like to do with comic book shops. I like to deal with comedians and movies and this, that, and the other thing. And I feel like it was just a lot wider net. And I think what I ended up, I don't know anything about fishing either, but I was going to say like casting a net and all I'm catching is like the shit fish you don't want. Like that's what I was doing basically. Like we would do these Google ads.
Facebook ads.
Yeah, we were doing these ads, and then I would get the people that filled out the quiz, and every time I would look down, because it would say like, he would have quantities in there that they were interested in. Every single one was like minimum order quantity. And then it was like,
I still get one shirt every day.
Yeah, and it was like, I want to start a clothing brand. Here's a picture of me next to a tiger or something, and it's like, dude. Like I am spending money for these, like, you know what I mean? Like that's the kicker is you're paying money to Google or whatever to run these ads. And the customers that are coming to you are the ones where if I had customers doing that regularly inbound, I would be like, sorry, we don't do that, or don't come to us, or here's another shop you can go to. Like, and I was literally paying for those. How long did
you run them? How long did you run the ads for?
I don't know. I feel like we did a lot of it over a year or two, maybe. Okay. But again, like
there was plenty of time.
Yeah, like there was time to evolve it, and again, like we did get some good stuff from it. But I felt in the long run, like if I'm being completely honest and vulnerable, is it's like post COVID we got really busy, and then like a year or two after or whatever, it kind of did this whole die out thing. And then it was like really flat for a year. And then that's when you were kind of like, oh shit, I got to make some changes. And then it's like, okay, the next year is like still flat and whatever. And it's like, you got to spend money to make money is what people say. And it's like, all right, well, I'm going to dump a bunch of money into advertising and do this whole thing with Brian and whatever. And then you're like, all right, well, I'm spending X amount of dollars on advertising, and the kind of clients I'm getting aren't necessarily clients that I want. And you're like, all right, well, I need to stop spending this money because it's not fun money anymore. Like this is money I should be using for the company just running or something.
Right.
And then I decided to take that money and start putting it into like very curated boxes or something for specific clients I'm trying to go after, not just casting a net. I'm like literally hunting and sniping a specific customer.
That's smart. Yeah. For us, the ads, they pretty much did the same thing. We'd get one whale every once in a while, but really it was the SEO, having him do all the SEO and stuff. What the biggest percentage we gained was because we gained the local work. you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I said, it's not fun, but it's normally easier than what our typical work is.
Yeah, but it's also really cool to
uh,
be well known in your area.
yeah. Yeah, we have some really, really cool print shops in town. So to even have our name in that list is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You
So all that being said, is that kind of pushing you for, because how long have you been in the place you're in now?
Since October of 22
Okay. So you haven't
is
been
when we
there
moved
that
in here.
long. What?
We opened to the public in January of 23.
Yeah. And then now you're busting at the seams, or you're just kind of like,
Yeah. So it's 2,000 square foot, but it's 2 stories. So we only have 1,000 downstairs and 1,000 upstairs. And
are you
it's,
constantly carrying shit up and downstairs?
oh yeah, absolutely. All the heat press area. We got the MEM2 head upstairs, and it's just constantly up and down. So it's 20 foot wide by 50.
Mm-hmm.
So, putting a bigger press in here is impossible.
Yeah. And you're good to go to get a new spot. How did that work? Like, how was your experience with finding another place?
Oh, it's rough. It's so rough, especially in this area with everybody moving here. Well, it's a lot of areas that's happening, but you'll see a shop pop up, and that same day it's gone. So I actually stopped watching all the like internet search stuff, Google search stuff, and just started watching Marketplace on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, and that's where I finally
Facebook
found
Marketplace for land.
Well, we're not building. It's a shop that's already built. We're just building out the inside.
Right. But I mean, in general, just Facebook
yeah,
Marketplace for properties.
Yeah. Just shops for rent, that's what works. So my Marketplace results are all over the place.
Are you one of those guys that's what you do for fun, is just scour Marketplace?
Sometimes.
Dude, so many
piece.
motorcycle dudes that I know, and I'm guilty of it too. I don't even want to spend money. I just go on there and I look and see what's on there. But they're just wheeling and dealing fucking Marketplace shit all the time. And it's like, what did you buy that 4-wheeler for? And it's like, well, I know I could ride it this weekend, and then I'm going to flip it for a motorcycle, and then I'm going to flip that motorcycle for a shitbox Honda, and then I'm going to flip that Honda for a camper, and then I'm going to,
That sounds exactly like my guy Nick, who used to work here. He that's exactly what he does. Motorcycle for a Honda Element for another motorcycle, and he just keeps going and going.
But that's what I'm saying. That these dudes just are constantly trading shit, and then you'll talk to him and be like, "Hey, what?" He's like, "Oh, you have any need to buy like a box of hubcaps or something?" I'm like, "What? Why do you have a fucking box of hubcaps, bro?" Like,
yeah, I like going on there, and like I'll get furniture and all that stuff, and you'll see the mirrors for sale. Like you're just scrolling, there's mirrors, and the reflections are always the funniest thing. Like
I think there's a whole page dedicated to.
There's a Reddit page dedicated. Yep, it's amazing. It's what calms me down at night before I go to bed.
Watching other people's misfortune and fucking shame.
Yeah, just knowing there's people weirder than me out there,
Oh, it's such a blessing. So anyway, you ended up finding this place. And is it locked in? Is it for sure happening? It's yours?
Oh yeah. Yep. So I sold. We had a 2-head Racoma, and I sold it and paid 6 months on the new place. Just like I'm locking it in. Whatever happens, whether we find a way to keep the current shop or we lose it. Like I don't have to worry about it. We can take our time building it. We've got all the walls up inside. We're getting pretty close.
And then what's the plan? Is it just to move all the current stuff over and then just continue growth? Or is it like we're growing immediately?
We're going to slow roll in there a little bit. I would like to get a higher color count press in there as soon as possible. But after that, that's going to be production only. Like I said, I want to keep this shop, for appointments, stuff like that. No more walk-ins. We get way too many walk-ins here. Sometimes we get 5 or 6 a day for our size. That's awful. It
eats up so much of your time.
Cut that out. Yep. I definitely want to cut that out. This will be all blacked out in the front. And my goal would be to live here working on growing the business while everybody else is at the other shop. I don't know how possible that's going to be, but
Well, let's talk about that. What does that look like for you? Like, what do you need for that to happen?
Efficiency, more efficiency for sure.
Like
Turnaround.
how involved are you? I mean, I know you're involved because you say you're there till
Yep.
fucking 1 a.m. or whatever. But do
Yep.
you think your guys could just come in and start printing whatever you got prepped for them or
No,
told them to do, or do you have to
not
have your
yet.
hands in it?
Yep, I have to. There's my guys are great for the most part, but they're all still very new, very new. I had a guy who was amazing, and he got offered a job making like $30 an hour, and I was like, "You got to go, dude. You got to." So I found these 3 kids, and they do a good job. You know, they work hard. It's just they have to learn all the ins and outs before I can let
Yeah.
them go.
Maybe just have somebody shadow you hard for a month or
Yeah.
2 or something, and then be like, all right, well, you're the lead printer. And then
Yep.
once you feel fully confident, then someone's going to shadow you for 2-3 months. And then,
Yeah, I'm actually sending one of my guys to a big contract shop for training. So
that's cool.
he loves being on press. He's a graphic design student too. So I'm like investing everything into him.
And then he's going to tell you in a month that he wants to become like a veterinarian or something, and then he's going to leave.
Oh God, I hope not. I hope not. Art is this kid's life. You know, as soon as he got to do his first screen print, you should have seen his eyes light up the first time that shirt came around. You know, so I think he just needs work, but he'll get there.
Yeah. I've talked about this before, and it sounds terrible, but it's like you kind of need people who are just like, I'm interested in like doing this for the long run. Like,
Yep.
I don't want to hire people who are like, oh, I have like other ambitions and I'm going to go start this company, or I'm going to become a doctor or something. You know, not that people would work here and become a doctor, but it's just kind of like,
well, one of my employees is in school to be a scientist. So, you know, I'm like, I know you're going to be gone, you know, so he was pre-med. He might go back into pre-med. He might be a doctor. That story might come true.
I hope it does. And then he comes to the shop and saves you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else that you can add to like the growth and the social media side of things, and just kind of like how that's working for you? Or
it's just, you got to get out there. You know what I mean? For us, it's a lot easier. We still travel with the clothing brand when we can.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then when we go to an event with the clothing brand, we set up a tent for the shop too. And just have samples out and all that, give out shirts. We do shop shirts we give out and stuff like that. So even if you're not going to do a live printing thing, you know, if you can just set up somewhere and get your name out there in your niche, like that's amazing.
That was such a huge thing for us. And I talked about this like an episode or 2 ago, where it's kind of like, and I really want to get back into it, but we went really hard into our own branding, and just kind of had really good freelancers that we work with, like make cool shop shirts for us, or just designs that we liked, and kind of threw in like Upstate merch or whatever on it. And just giving those away constantly to the kind of people that we want business from was huge. And also we have in our front room right now, we have this like Hot Topic kind of setup where we've got like the shirt and the placard on the wall, and then we have all the sizes and cubes going down. And it's like, there are, I think, 5 or 6 designs up there, and they're all printed differently. So it's like, okay, this one is just straight like water base on a 1717. Oh, this one is a discharge print on a Bella. This one is this one has glow in the dark and it's a 8 color or whatever it is on this thing. So basically when people come in, obviously they have a choice of like, yeah, we're going to give you free shit. But like, it's like, well, what are you interested in? Like, are you interested in a heavyweight shirt with a discharge print? Are you interested in multicolor or whatever, like special effects or whatever it is? Then I have something for you, and it's a tangible, like they can hold it, feel it, and be like, oh, I really like this quality. This is good. You're the place for me. Because like, how many people do you get that you're trying to go after that are like, oh, do you do samples? And you're like, dude, I don't want to print 2 shirts with your logo on it. Like, can I just give you an Upstate tee? Like, we printed this. Like, you can keep it. Just tell me your size, like whatever. I will often just make a box of like 4 or 5 of those designs, and I'll send it to them. And then I'll be like, all right, cool. Again, this is a water base, this is a discharge, this is a plastisol, this is this thing. And they're like, cool, all the bases are covered. Like, I know if I want any of these things that they can do it and do it well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, we've given out, our clients, a lot of our motorcycle clients are pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like if we're at an event, we'll have a lot of their samples out and stuff like that we've
Mhm.
printed, and if someone really wants one, most of the time I can just send a text and be like, hey, this person wants this sample shirt. Can they have it? Most of them are pretty cool with it. So it's like they get to feel like, we're not doing 8 color shop shirts yet. We're not there. We don't have time for that.
Yeah,
But,
but you might not want
if
that
they,
either.
yeah,
Like how
if
much
they
of a
have,
market would you have for that is the thing.
I don't know. We did a 1 color shop shirt that we put up for sale and we sold like 110 units and I was mind blown, so I figure if we did a big color print, it might do pretty well, but, that was just on a whim. We were just messing around. We're like, let's see if these sell at all. And it's
Mhm.
crazy that people will pay to put your advertisement on their back, but
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just kind of like you think about like Monster Energy or Liquid Death or any of these other things. It's like people have fucking Monster Energy tattoos on their neck and shit. It's like,
it's amazing.
dude, this
It's
is
amazing.
this is a brand selling you an energy drink, and you're like, I want this on my face. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah,
That's, you imagine being them, being like, oh, I'm seeing all these like tattoos and this, people doing this and that.
yeah,
It's like at the core, we are an energy drink company. Like, what are you doing?
yeah. My buddy has a brand that, I mean, there's probably 30 people that have his brand tattooed on them. It's wild, and he's small. I mean, he's not small by any means. But he's in the same niche as we are. But
Mm-hmm.
you have a good logo. People are going to tattoo it on if it looks hard.
I mean, that's the best way to describe it, to be honest. Like,
Yeah. The monster doesn't look hard. You know what kind of people you're dealing with a monster tattoo.
it's funny. There's this one video, I guess reel or whatever, that I have saved on my phone that I send to Bill and Brian every so often. And it's like these two fucking woodchuck redneck guys, and they're standing back to back and they're doing this, and they're like, they both
Yep.
have Monster Energy tattoos on their sleeve.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, imagine the people who would try to fuck with us or whatever. And it's like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah. That's
this
everybody
is
from my hometown
the
for
cringiest
sure.
fucking, they definitely would be from Tennessee. Like, no offense, but like,
Yeah. Well, I'm from Pennsylvania, which is even worse
okay,
because
you're good. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's where I come from in Pennsylvania. It's worse than Tennessee for sure.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like me.
So,
Like, I live in like a backwoods village. Like, it's fucking 900
yeah.
people here. Like, the crazy shit that you see people do and say and tattoo, and like, you go to the fucking fair here. It's like just a bomb of like the worst people.
A bunch of deer tattooed on them and stuff like
Oh,
that.
deer and like all kinds of horrible things I probably can't say on the show or I'll get canceled. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing you got to think about too, is it's like, build that brand, dude. Like, build something that
Yep.
people are like proud to be a part of. And again, like, I'll say it, like, we were way better at that 5 years ago. And then I kind of just got
Yeah.
like, I don't know, bored or whatever, and I just kind of stopped doing it, and I started putting things on autopilot. And it's like, the results show that that's not good to do. Like, I need to get back
Right.
to that. I need to get back to it being like, this thing has a soul. Like, I feel like for a while I'm like, okay, I stepped back and it just like kind of didn't have as much of an impact. But there were a lot of people who came here just because they knew of Upstate as the brand in whatever market I was in, not because they needed printing or they liked printing or something. It was like, oh no, I know you guys will do a great job because you're in this circle.
Right. Right. Our branding's kind of weird here too because we're 456 and the area code is 865. So people got to ask us about it all the time. I think it's pretty good for bringing them in when I have to tell them the story. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's a churches don't really like our story. Because 456 is a winning role in the dice game CeeLo.
Mm-hmm.
So like we went with that. Every Prince an instant winner. So they hear the story of us
Do you
playing
have that
dice
as
everywhere.
like a tagline?
We have screens burned, like framed and burned in our front room, and it says that, yeah, where every print is an instant winner.
You should make custom dice.
Yeah, I thought about it.
You should.
But then I couldn't play with my boys then because they would all think they're fixed. You know,
They're weighted.
yeah, they're weighted. Yeah, yeah. So we had so much time to think about a name for a shop, and it gets, you know, it gets sickening the stuff you end up coming up with. And finally, I was just like, let's go with something.
It's the
We
worst.
play dice. We play dice at every event. Like it kind of just fit, you know.
Yeah.
But churches don't like it. Our stories, like it explains it right on the homepage, and churches are like,
Just because of
I
the
don't like the gambling part. Yeah, yeah. So
I mean, it's also, dude, like, no offense, like, that's not your market. Like, it might be cool to get a church order here and there, but it's like,
yeah. I say churches don't like it, but only one lady, when I explained it to her, she was like, she was only wanting like 30 shirts anyways when she called, and she asked about the 456, and she's like, oh, I don't like the gambling thing. So, you know.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. It's kind of like we get so many random things. Like, this is gonna, again, we had someone once complain to us or leave us a review or something, and again, like, no, like, if you knew us here and you knew the way some of the people are here, like, most gentle humans, super inviting and whatever, and like all of these things, like, none of us are like racist or any of these things. And it's like, we did a live print once where it was me and Brian and Chris and Randy, and we all had our hats off for some reason or whatever, and we were like huddled up like at a print or something, and we all had like, well, I have hair now, but like we all had like buzzed heads, like, you know, just like buzzed hair, and they were just like, oh, I'm not working with these skinheads or whatever, and it's like, what? Like,
And you have no idea who they are. They don't know you
like,
at all.
What are you saying? Like, and they were just straight late, like it was like a Google ad, or not an ad, but like a fucking review or something, and it's like, what? Like, how? Like, this is out there in the world now. Like, just straight up labeled us this for like whatever, just because it was like four white dudes with like buzz cuts.
And you can't get rid of that forever.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's just out there.
Damn, that's rough. That's rough.
So be happy that you have a church saying, I don't like your gambling issue.
Yeah, we're really lucky we don't have any negative reviews yet, and we've done some pretty dumb stuff, so we're doing all right.
You know what's the funniest though is we only have a few, like maybe, I don't know, like 2 or something that are like a 1-star review, and it's always the name of the person, because it's like they're like, I don't know, it's not their screen name or whatever it is, but it's always something stupid like Butthole Surfer 69 or something, and it's like, you're gonna trust his fucking review anyway? Like, no. Like, if it was like Father Paul, you'd be like, all right, I'm concerned, like, is this a real thing? But it's not. It's, well, you might be concerned with Father Paul too.
Yeah, depends on it. For sure,
depends on who you talk to.
Sure. I thought we were gonna have to change our name and everything at one point, because we lost a lady's only shirt she had. She brought it in. I'd asked her not to leave it here. She wanted us to recreate it. I was like, please don't leave it here. She left it here. She's like, you'll figure it out. And we renovated the front of our shop, and we never found that shirt again. And I was like, we're gonna have to change our name, everything. You know, she came back. She was crying in my front room. I was like, oh, we're done for. You know, but
I've had those before. This is getting off the rails, but like I had this before where people bring me stuff like that. And it's like, oh, this was my dad's shirt from when he was in the Navy or something. And it's just like his cherished possession. Can you like recreate it so like we can use it for some party? Or I just want my dad to have 5 more of these so that he can continually wear them, because this one doesn't fit his body anymore or something. And it's, again, like, do not leave that here. Like, I'll take all the pictures I can take. I will do whatever I can do, but like, I don't want your family heirloom left in my office.
Yep.
Because what somebody's going to do is they're going to come from the shop, they're going to grab it, they're going to use it as a test shirt.
That's probably what happened. To be honest with you, that's the only thing I can think of that had to have happened. But yeah, luckily she hasn't given us a review yet, so hopefully, fingers crossed.
You're putting it out there. You got to knock on wood, bro. I got wood right here to knock on.
Yeah, it's like it's been a year and a half now since that started, so it's fun.
I'm glad that things are working out for you and you're in that market. It's
I
kind of
appreciate it.
rare, like in reality, like for real, like it is kind of rare for people to know what they want to do and to be motivated to do those things and already have kind of
Yeah.
like a built-in market to go for.
Yeah.
And I think again, like not to talk about Lee more, but it's the same kind of thing of like he knew what he wanted to do. He, same as you. Like I want to go after this
Yeah.
market. These are my friends. I know how to talk to these people, and I'm a
Yeah.
trustworthy guy, and I'm just going to do the best I can do for the family and friends that I have and go. And it seems to be
Absolutely.
working really well for you. So fuck yeah.
No, I
Stoked.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah. If it wasn't for those guys in Golden Press, we wouldn't be here. So, I know a lot of people talk shit, but I hype them up every chance I get.
You know what?
You know.
Like I can touch on that real quick because I I don't know what I want to say here. I want to be gentle as I can. I feel like there are a lot of people in this industry that are amazing dudes, amazing printers. And when I say dudes too, if you're listening, I mean guys and girls. Like I don't want to have to say he, she every time I say something, but like, um, they just live in their world and they do their thing and they just want to get mad at people trying to do something. And it's
Yep.
like there are people
Yep.
putting themselves out and being vulnerable, and like yeah, there are definitely people like just doing stuff that's just like obnoxious or cringy or whatever, but it's like at some point that cringe turns into, oh shit, they are doing it and they're making it
Right.
and this is working and
Right.
whatever. And it's like I'm on both sides where it's like, okay, like I've done this for X amount of years. I'm still learning. I also just try to say that on the show all the time of like, I'm not an expert in anything. Like I am constantly
Yeah.
just a dude living today and then I'm going to live tomorrow. And I have all these times over here that I was kicked in the nuts. And over here, I'm hopefully going to get kicked in the nuts less because I learned from the one yesterday. Like
Right.
that's
Right.
all I can say.
I think our not being an expert side of everything is what has helped us. Like we weren't screen print nerds starting out. So like we didn't deep dive into it. We're just winging it and stuff. Like wet on wet's
Yeah.
way easier when you don't know what you're doing. If you don't
But
know
the
anything
thing
about
is,
wet on wet and you just start doing it,
But the thing is
but
if you say you're going to go on social media and you're going to talk about, like, say right now, if you were
yeah,
like, okay, I don't know wet on wet, whatever. But what you don't do is you go on and you make a video and be like, oh, this is how you do wet on wet. And you're just
yeah,
like,
and you have
you're
no
like,
idea.
nope, this is what it is. This is how it is. It's like, no, dude, fucking make a video about, hey, I'm learning wet on wet and this is how it's
Right.
working and going. You know who does this really, really well is Street Warehouse. Those
Yeah.
guys
Oh
over
yeah.
there, they are
Yep.
constantly posting a video of like, hey, we are learning this streetwear style right now. Like, this is us
Yeah.
doing it. And then by the end of the video, they're like, oh, we know how to do it now. Like, we've spent a week learning it. We've perfected it as best we can. We've done everything possible. We can offer this to you now. Like, their customers
Right.
are watching, are like, hey, we can do this now. But the thing is they
Yeah.
didn't make the end video of just like, we can fucking do this and like, we're the best at this. And if you're a streetwear brand and you want to work with blah, 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 we're the guys or something. It's like,
Right.
no, like they
Yeah.
showed
Their
you they
videos are
earned it. You know what I
their
mean?
videos
Like,
are super entertaining too at the same
yeah,
time. Like they're
great
good
dudes.
videos.
Like I met them
It
a
makes
bunch
me
of
wonder
times.
how busy they really are. But
No, I
I'm
think
like, I wish I
everything that,
had that time.
yeah, I think what they're doing is like
Yeah.
super legit and like they're
Yeah.
definitely like rad dudes and like they're just
Yeah.
hustling hard. Like they are like,
Yeah.
we want to grow this company and this is again, they know what they want, which is amazing. They're like, I want to do
That's good.
streetwear. I want to learn everything and there is to know about streetwear and that's what we're going to do. And they're documenting it. And
Yeah.
they're
Good for
just
them. I want nothing to do with it.
yeah,
Nothing to
and
do with it.
again, that's the thing is like there's shops that are like I want nothing to do with the motorcycle culture stuff. Like that's not my
Yeah.
thing. And same with me, where it's like I don't want to do school stuff. Like I don't want to do names and numbers, and I don't want to this, that, and the other thing. And it's like I think it's just knowing what you want to do. But again, like back to the social people and getting fucking hate and this and that. It's like everyone's trying to make it in a different way. Like everyone is trying to do what they can do to get more sales in so they can go home and feed their family and fucking do the things they
Facts.
like to do. So quit being a dick.
Yep.
Just fucking live in your lane. If you don't like what someone else is doing, just don't talk about it. Like it's that thing my mom used to say is like, you got nothing nice to say. Don't say anything at all. Like just shut the fuck up. Like,
I don't think I've ever asked a question in a Facebook group. You know what I mean? That's the only place. That's where they're at. You know, that's the only place they're hating like that. It's Facebook.
yeah, because you can't get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Like if
sure.
everybody who said stupid shit like that on the internet bad about somebody else could get punched in the face, there'd be a lot less comments.
Till you find them at a screen printing event.
Right. And then yeah, exactly. It's like
and then they're not going to say anything to you in person anyway. So
yeah, they're just going to fucking walk by and not say, again, like, I'm not trying to be that guy who's like trying to tell you this is the way it is, whatever. But I'm just saying in general, like, I get both sides. Like, there's these people you see on the internet making these kinds of videos, and you actually talk to them as human beings, and you realize like they're amazing people and they're genuine and they're like some of the best people you know, just trying to fucking make it. Because you know what? If they didn't make those videos, they would be sitting in a small town in the basement trying to print shirts and just waiting for people to show up. But because they're making these YouTube videos or they're making these Instagram posts or doing this and that, they're getting known and they're getting work.
Yeah.
So who cares?
YouTube videos, anybody who can make YouTube videos gets mad respect for me, because I've posted one. Hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
It's super difficult. It's like, even me, like I want to be making more content for the shop or talking about shirt styles or this and that and the other thing. And every time I think about it, I'm like, oh, I'll buy this camera, I'll get this lighting, I'll do this thing. And then I can just, do shirt reviews or something. And then it comes down to it. And I'm like, I don't want to have to think about content. I don't want to have to think about fucking editing. I don't want to. It's like, I'll just go home. You know what I mean? It's I'm done. I don't want to do this.
My issue is I always watch it back and then I'm like, I'm not posting that. Yeah. If I had someone else to edit for me and I didn't have to watch it, it'd probably be all right. But
I just think it's hard enough. Life is hard enough, like, for everyone to fucking just get through. There's all these personal issues. There's fucking work issues. There's employee issues. There's money issues. There's all this. Like, I just am at the point where I just want everyone to just fucking chill the fuck out and get along. And like,
that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Let's just like grow the industry and do whatever we can do. I think that the thing is just like, if you are doing these things, stop telling people you're the best. Stop telling people you're the expert. Stop acting like you know everything. Just be a real human and be like, I don't know, or I just figured this out, or I just did this thing, or whatever. Like, just be as human and real about it as possible, and people will respect it. The reason why some people hate on these people is because they come in and they're like, I'm the best in the world. And it's like, all right,
unless you're John McGee or Tony Palmer, you know what I mean? Like, you're not the best.
But even those guys, like, they're humble. They're like, I learned this, or I went. Right. They're like, oh, so-and-so printed this and this is how they did it. And like, this is fucking amazing. And I wish I learned this or know how to do this. And it's like, I would rather, I think the hard part is the people who say that they're the best at everything. Nobody wants to really go to them for advice.
Oh, I would.
I don't want to say nobody. I'm just saying I would rather go to the person who says, I don't know, more often, because I know that I can trust that they either know it or they don't. And if they don't know the answer that I'm looking for, they say, you know what, I'm not the person to talk to. You should try to talk to this person. What I don't want is someone who's overconfident and cocky, and I ask them a question and then they give me what they think is the answer, but it's not. And then I go with that as like, oh, well, so-and-so said that. That's how it is. And then I get screwed.
Yeah. I have a network of shops that I lean on like every day. I have questions nonstop. And I'm reaching out every day.
It's never going to end, just so you know. Like, I know you're somewhat newer to the industry. It never ends. Like, I ask questions every single day to people.
Yeah.
Also, I learn things and then it just goes in one ear and like fucking turns to dust on this side. So,
I have that same problem with the ADD for sure.
I just forget everything. I don't remember what I ate for lunch yesterday. So like, that's just how my mind works.
As soon as I go back to work, I'm going to forget this whole conversation.
Yeah, and that's probably for the better, to be honest. You're good. No worries. Did you happen to have any shop hacks that you might want to share?
If you're just starting out with a manual shop, build a registration board. It's like $15. Get those 3 points on there. You know what I mean? You can use a T-square to measure everything and burn screens that way. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, it's when you can set up an 8-color job in like 15 minutes on a manual, because it might take you longer pre-press, like lining everything up, taping it and all that. But it's a lifesaver. It really is.
Yeah.
You know, we had that from day one. I built that and I was like, I got to have this because I was seeing all the Vastex boards and the tri-lock pins and all that stuff. And I was like, we got to do something.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, it's all about those points of contact. Like if you can keep those the same with everything, then you should be at least really close. I do want to say though that you gave me a shop hack earlier in this episode that I want to add now in this section of the show. I'm just mean like the adding the location to every post.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think everybody should start doing that. I mean, it makes total sense. I think that's especially if you're trying to grow stuff on social. I don't think we ever tag anything. Like, to be honest, like I don't think we ever put like Windy Point, New York, or something or whatever.
Yeah, don't put your shop name because that's not going to help.
Yeah. No, that makes total sense.
So, and then you actually posted one of my shop hacks was just the magnetic tape holders.
Yeah, that was
on
great.
top of every arm. Yeah, they're on Amazon for like $1 a piece. You know.
Yeah, I have them in my Amazon cart actually from that. Nice. I was going to order them from here. Greatest shop fail at this point, other than losing that lady's shirt.
We set a whole 8 platens of hoodies on fire before we realized it.
How?
Running revolver mode and turning our backs.
And they all were toasted?
They were all in flames, yeah. So like not big flames. They were like some of them were smoldering, some were on fire.
You said turn your backs. That's more like you went outside and fucking shot a game of pig and then came back in.
It happened quick. It happened real quick, and I don't know why.
Was your flash fucking 16th from the pallet?
We don't have 3-phase here, so we're running, the crappy flash. What is it? The one that goes in and out, the shuttle flash from M&R, and it stuck out and it stayed out. So the whole time it was tabling up, tabling down.
But it was just
it was, yep, and it was at 1,000 degrees. So
perfect. Just lit them up.
Yep, real quick, and it was independent hoodies. So
I wouldn't be concerned with the hoodies at that point. I would be more concerned with the fact that you didn't burn your shop down, or that your pallets, the rubbers all melted or burned.
Luckily, it didn't burn the shop down. So,
all right, quick takes. What shirt has been what shirt has your shop printed that you were the most proud of?
Yeah, so we did one for a show during Daytona, and when he sent it to me, it looked like it was on craft paper. Like the design looked like it had a craft paper look to it. And he's like, you can just forget about that. And I was like, no, I'm going to make it look like that. And we pulled it off, and I was, it went over really well.
That's awesome.
So
it's always cool when they come to you and they're like, I don't think this is doable. And you're like, I think we can make it work.
Yeah. Luckily, I sent the separations to GraphX and they killed it, so that was most of why it happened.
It sounds like you kind of dove into the, like the automations, like first thing. We didn't really talk about this, but you mentioned Printavo, and then now you're talking about Graphic Source. Like you're getting into the like, hey, I'm going to send this stuff out, or I'm going to deal with this. Like you didn't go I'm going to write shit on a whiteboard for a while. You were like, I'm going to go right into Printavo.
Yeah. Because I was watching everything for years. I found Printavo podcast pretty early before we started. And I know there's issues with it, but we needed something that we could use and be comfortable with right away.
Yeah. And I mean, I think in reality, like if you are going to use a system, like the earlier you can use it and just adopt it and have this be the way that we do things, the better. So that's smart.
We were on the bottom tier for I think 6 months before we had to bump up and to be able to get more quotes per month. Still don't have the API token yet. That'll hopefully come one day, but, so we do that. GraphX, I don't have them. It's all a cart. Yeah. And it's only for every once in a while when it's like a sim process or something. Like I just don't feel like messing with.
Yeah.
So,
No, I mean, that's great. I mean, that's what they're around for, you know, is anything you
Yeah.
need in the dark room to help out. And they're great dudes. So,
Yeah. Plus, I mean, Nick's pretty cool too. We talk about motorcycle stuff.
Nick's not pretty cool. Nick is Mr. Cool.
Rico Suave for sure.
I love that, man. All right. What is your current favorite band, or what are you currently listening to all the time?
I know I'm gonna get hate for this, but it's been a lot of Wu-Tang in the shop lately. A lot of Wu-Tang and Big
Why would
L.
you hate for that?
Dude, I'm the whitest person there is. You know what I mean? Like, but
that's usually how it goes, though. That's like,
yeah, a lot of Wu-Tang and Big L lately. I don't keep up with new music, unfortunately. I wish I could. I don't. Every time I get in the car, it's like quiet time.
You know what? The other day, I had to drive my son downtown to get his haircut, and I like sat because I'm music all the time. Like I go for walks, I'm listening to music. I'm at my desk, I'm listening to music. The office, first thing I do is I walk in, I turn music on. Like I take a shower, I put music on. Like I'm listening to music constantly. And I was just like, I got in my car, I was like, nope, I'm just gonna listen to the air. Like,
it's nice.
Like I'm just
so
gonna
nice.
be quiet and whatever.
Yeah. Well, one of my guys, the guy who's in school for graphic design and all that, he's a Spanish guy. He's getting me into like Spanish rap and stuff like that, like stuff I never thought I'd listen to. But I let him have control of the TV when he's on the press because we don't have a radio. We just run it speakers off the TV. So, and he's also got YouTube Premium, so he gets to control it. I don't have to hear ads.
Well, that's nice. All right, top 4 favorite movies of all time.
Oh, so I'm not a big TV person, just like not knowing new music. So I was thinking about this, and it's going to be ones that like had an impact on me, like through my teens and stuff like that.
Don't say Easy
number
Rider.
Number one would be 13th Floor, because that was like the first movie that ever made me really think about reality.
All right, I'm gonna write that down because I want to check.
Yeah,
it out.
I'm not gonna. It's like, yeah, 13th Floor. It's like came out in like 1999, and it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it'll make you think.
Dude, not the greatest thing in the world movies sometimes are the greatest thing in the world. Like, you pick up something. All right, 13th Floor. I'll check it out.
Especially when you realize that came out in 99 and like what they were thinking of at that time. It's pretty crazy.
Okay. You got 3 more.
Dogma.
Okay, great.
Dogma. Fear and Loathing.
Are you a Jay and Silent Bob? Are you that kind of guy?
I was. It was a big part of like Clerks and Mallrats and all that stuff was like a big part of like our clique. You know what I mean? We were all about that stuff when we were kids, and like Dogma just brings me back. Yeah,
it is great. I mean, it's a whole vibe for sure.
I can quote Kevin Smith movies all day, every day. So I was like, that's got it. One of them's got to be on there.
There were some friends that I had in probably, I don't know, late middle school, early high school that were stoners for sure. And I kind of hung out with them now and again, and we'd walk around town, and that was like all they would do is quote Jay and Silent Bob stuff.
I'm glad I got out of that phase. I was those guys.
It's like Janko jeans and fucking Jay and Silent Bob quotes.
100%.
Yeah.
Jankos were, I think, like 4th or 5th grade. Luckily, I got out of those pretty quick.
Wearing a Tool shirt.
Yep, 100%. 100%.
I'm not saying this as joking or digging. I'm saying this is the life that we lived.
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
chain wallets
100%.
and shit. Yeah.
I wouldn't change it. Wouldn't change it at all. 90s kids was the best.
It was. Yeah. It truly was the best. I was just talking about this the other day, like about how I like walking. Like I love walking. It's like one of my favorite things to do, and just to kind of clear my head and, you know, healthy option or whatever. And it came from when I was a kid and like the 90s kid or whatever, like, I walked everywhere. I had no car. My dad wasn't around to take me anywhere. My mom wasn't taking me anywhere. They were like, "Oh, ride your bike." I'm like, it's like fucking 25 miles. And they're like, "Oh, ride your bike. As long as you're back by fucking dark. I don't care what you're doing." So what I did is I had a backpack that the only thing in the backpack was my like 1,000 disc fucking CD booklet.
Yep.
And I had a what was it? A Discman that had, it was like the blue one that had the like anti-skip. So when I walked, it wasn't fucking skipping constantly. And I had those 6 Sony headphones that you put on like sideways and they like went around the back of your head and they like looped over your ear. And I would just walk. I had a backpack with my CDs, my fucking Discman, and I would just walk whatever it was, like 10 miles to town, hang out with my friends, fucking turn around and walk back. Like, that was the life. And I loved it. It fucking ruled. I just like was in the sun. I was walking. It was safe. You weren't worried about shit. You're just walking down the side of the road.
Yeah.
It was great.
I miss those days for sure.
It had
my
like
kids
$1.
Don't know what that's like.
Yeah, my kids won't. Yeah, they wouldn't survive.
$1 to last all day.
Yeah, no, for real. So like it'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go to McDonald's and I'm gonna buy like a McChicken with this, and like that's my meal for the entire day. And maybe I'll find like some change at the skate park or fucking something. Go around and hit all the payphones and see if there's a quarter in the thing.
Absolutely. Go to the laundromat to get the 50-cent soda, and then you got 50 cents left for like. I would
pick up cans and bottles off the side of the road as I was walking and throw them in my backpack. And then when I got to, it's called Greg's Big M, which is my grocery store in town. They have a can and bottle return, so I would take those out and I would throw them in the can and bottle return, and I would end up getting like like whatever $1 or another $1. So that's 2 McChickens, motherfucker. So
damn, not no more. Not anymore.
No, not anymore. It's not even close.
I found the 3 for $7 at Burger King. That was the worst thing that ever happened to me.
When we were in a band and we were in the van and we were always broke as shit, like the meal that we loved to stop and get was Arby's had the 5 for $5 beef and cheddars. You can't get a beef and cheddar for $5. Like one beef and cheddar, I think, is like $7 or something. But we get 5 of them for $5 back then.
Hell yeah!
And it was like, we each get a beef and cheddar, and we spent $5.
Nice.
That's the perfect way to end this episode. Is beef, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Arby's gets too much shade.
Yeah. We have what's the other one? Not Arby's. But in Pennsylvania, the roast beef place wasn't Arby's. Arby's didn't have roast beef. It was.
It's not Hardee's, is it? No.
Hardee's.
Is it Hardee's?
Yeah. So Hardee's had all the roast beefs and stuff like that.
Christina texted me and said Hardee's ?
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Did you get the 4th movie? Did we do all 4?
No, maybe we didn't. I had 13th Floor, Dogma. What was it? Did we end it too?
Oh, so 90s kid thing, Kids, the movie Kids.
Kids. All right.
Yeah. Iconic 90s movie when you were a skateboarder in the 90s. And then Fear and Loathing, of course.
Yeah. That's a vibe. Like all of the movies you picked are a vibe for sure. They're like a specific type of human who would have even bothered watching that movie.
Yeah. That's like I said, it was like things that brought me back to being younger, because I don't think I've seen a new movie in probably 8 or 9 years, really.
I don't understand that, to be honest. I really don't.
Kids movies. My wife and my son control the TV when I'm home, so, and I'm not huge on it anyways, so.
I mean, it's probably a decent, healthy thing.
Yeah.
I watch it to escape, so it is what it is. But
right.
I appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much for doing this episode with me.
Thank you, man.
I think you're doing rad things. I think keep fucking doing it and keep doing what you're doing. I'll keep following. And cool. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, we're pretty stoked. We're gonna be doing it in the new shop for sure. So
keep it up. All gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes. 100%. Later, man.